Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brad here again, and thanks for coming to chill in the lounge. And in today's video for you guys, I just wanted to showcase one of the decks that I was reacquainted with when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost 2 years ago. And to be honest with you, it's really a really underrated deck at that, and I'm talking about zombies. So if you guys like the deck profile, then be sure to click that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the lounge, then please consider subscribing. I would love to do a small giveaway when I hit 100 subscribers, just to show my appreciation to you guys for coming to see my videos. So make sure you tell all your friends, and that would really mean a lot to me. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so if you guys did see the other day, I did post a Shaddoll invoked deck profile, and I was talking about putting a test hand video up in the following days. But to be honest with you guys, it's really hard to do a test hand video with a deck like Shaddoll invoked that's more so a going second deck without seeing what your opponent possibly puts up going first. So I'm thinking of doing a live duel in the future with a friend with my Shaddoll invoked deck, and I'm going to post that video online just so you guys can see the potential of what the deck can do. So I'm going to post a link in the description below as far as the deck profile of the Shaddoll invoked, and as of right now, let's get into our zombie deck profile, guys. And we'll start off with triple copies of Shiranui Solitaire. Not the main starter that you want to see in the deck, but if by chance you don't see Unizombie, then he's definitely the one that you want to see starting off. He has a great effect where you can tribute a zombie monster you control to special summon a zombie tuner from your deck that has 0 defense, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be your Unizombie. And speaking of, we play triple copies of our Unizombie. The main starter of the deck, definitely the card that you want to see going first, and he has 2 great effects. The first effect that he has is you can send a monster from your hand to the graveyard to target a monster on the field and increase their level by 1. And then he also has a secondary effect where, again, you can target a monster on the field and increase their level by 1 and send a zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. So depending on your opening hand, that will help you dump the cards that you need so you can proceed into your combo plays. And next, we play triple copies of Mizuki. One of your extender pieces. So Mizuki has an effect that's not once per turn. You can banish him from the graveyard to target one of your zombie monsters in the graveyard and special summon them. And when you have Zombie World on the field, every monster on the field and the graveyard becomes a zombie, so you can basically special summon whatever you want off of Mizuki. So he's really, really a good extending card, and he's not hard once per turn either. Next, we play double copies of Necroworld Banshee. Just a card that helps you get into your zombie world plays a little bit quicker. One of the cards that you can usually send off of your Unizombie so you can get zombie world active as quick as possible. And if by chance you ever have this card on the field while you have zombie world active, then your opponent can't destroy it with card effects or target it with card effects. So it's really, really a good card. Next, we have our boss monster, double copies of Doom King Balladroke. He's a 2800 beat stick and a really, really great card that a lot of people take for granted. He has a first effect that's really, really good. If either player has a field spell card in their field zone during the standby phase of either player's standby phase and he is in your graveyard, then you can special summon him to your side of the field in defense position. And he also has a secondary effect that you can use as long as it's not in the damage step, and it's whenever a zombie monster's effect is activated anywhere. It could be in the hand, the field, the graveyard. As long as it's a zombie monster activation, you can use one of 2 of his effects, and you can use each one once per turn. You just can't use them in the same chain. And his first effect is if a zombie monster's effect is activated, you can negate that activation. And his second effect is that if Zombie Monster's effect is activated, then you can banish a monster from either player's field or graveyard, which more than likely, obviously, is going to be your opponent's. But he's a really, really good card that I would definitely play at least 2 of, because you want to see him out there. Next, for our last card for our zombie lineup, is our Glow Up Bloom. Definitely not a bad card. If by chance you use his effect to special summon your Balladroke or something like that, then it's going to lock you into only being able to summon zombies for the rest of the turn. And this is kind of a combo-centric deck, so you don't want to lock yourself into zombies from the get-go. But depending on your hand, if you have to use them, then it's good. If not, then you want to use them later on in the turn so you can at least get your Balladroke out so you can keep your opponent from playing and be able to negate effects. And for our extenders, we play triple copies of Parallel Exceed. This card is really, really good. Brand new card out of Eternity Code, and it's basically a free rank 4. It's really, really easy to link with this deck, and if by chance you open this card as well, it's really easy to get into your Abyss Dweller. If by chance you wanted to opt to play a different rank 4, like Tornado Dragon or Babushka, I don't know, anything that you would prefer, it's up to your personal preference, but I would definitely recommend testing this card. It's really, really nice. And for further extenders, we play 2 copies of Cockle-Doodle-Doo. He's just a special summoner. If there's no monsters on the field at all, you can special summon him from your hand, and his level becomes 3. If only your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon him from your hand, and his level becomes a 4. When he does leave the field, he is banished, but he is a tuner, which can help you get into your Halifibrax plays, and he's just a further extender, so really, really a good card. And next we play a small danger package. We play the 1 Tsuchinoko, 1 Nessie, 1 Jackalope, and 1 Mothman. Again, just further extenders, and then it's additional draw power if by chance they don't get sniped by your opponent. And then we play the 1 copy of Jet Synchron, and 1 copy of the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. Eventually, considering Unizombie is a tuner, it's really easy to get into Halifibrax and get into your combo plays to be able to put up a nice little board that you're up, not like an unbreakable board, but definitely a board that your opponent will struggle to get over. So these are just additional, combo extenders that you, well, I mean, let's face it, a lot of people are using these in their deck nowadays. And then to round off the monsters, we play triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Besides impermanence, it's the only hand trap that we play, and another benefit is it is also a zombie monster, so if by chance you have Doom King on your side of the field and you activate Ash's effect, if your opponent has like a troublesome monster on their side of the field, or graveyard, or anything like that, then you can at least use Doom King's banish effect to get rid of that problem, and you would still have his negation effect as well, and either way, even if you don't have Doom King on the field, Ash is still a great interrupter, just in general. And for our spells and traps, we play 2 copies of Zombie World. Could be bricky, so you don't want to play 3. If by chance you open it, then you don't have to use Unizombie to dump the Banshee, so it could be beneficial. But I would not recommend playing less than 2. But I mean, it's up to you if you want to play 2 or 3. But I would personally play 2. We played 2 copies of Called by the Grave. Nothing that's really crazy. If by chance, like you have it, whether you're Unizombie or whatnot, you want to make sure that you don't get ashed or effect veilered or anything like that. If you see it, you see it. If not, it's not a big deal. Your deck has plenty of extender pieces, so it's not really crucial that your Unizombie goes through, but better safe than sorry. Then we play 2 copies of Super Poly. We play the Draco Another Soul Dragon, I believe that's what his name is, in the extra deck, and he just requires 2 zombie monsters. So, again, with Zombie World on the field, then it's very, very easy to get into him. And then for our one-offs, we play 1 Foolish Burial. Again, it's zombies, self-explanatory. I really shouldn't have to explain why this card is in the deck. 1 Pot of Avarice. It's really, really easy to fill your graveyard with monsters, and an additional 2-card draw is not bad by any means. And we play 1 copy of Reasoning. All of the monsters in our deck are all various levels. The chances of your opponent really guessing one correctly is really low, so it's really good. And if by chance they hit something, like if they call like a 4 and you mill a Mizuki, like, oh no, I'm gonna special summon, like, Reasoning's a really, really good card. And then last, to round off the deck itself, we play triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. It's like a stun control variant style of zombies, so all of the interruptions that we have with, like, Ash, Doom King, Impermanence, anything to stop our opponent from playing is always very, very good. And so that's just 40 cards in the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. And first, we play our 1 copy of Link Karibo. He's more so for the Glow Bloom, if by chance, like, really depending on your hand, if you need to get into him, then he's just an option for you. The 1 Link Cross. We do the Halifibrax plays, so God forbid we get Impermed or Ash when we summon him, then we can just go right into our Link Cross and proceed into our combo plays. You play the 1 Vampire Sucker. Depending on the route that you go with the deck, and again, your opening hand, if by chance you have to end off with Vampire Sucker with Doom King and Grave and getting your Doom King on the following standby phase, if your opponent doesn't have like a DD Crow or Call by the Grave or anything like that, it's just an extra draw card for you. The 1 Crystron Halifibrax. Again, self-explanatory, just to get into your combo pieces so you can put up a stronger end board. The 1 IP Masquerena. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. 1 Appaloosa. You could opt to play Access Code Talker in place of Appaloosa because you have a variety of different attribute types. Other than that, it really depends on the route that you're going as far as your opening board. If you're looking for like more of a negation route, or if by chance you wanted to try to OTK them, then Ballard Drock plus Access Code with the 5300 attack. If you use like Unicorn, that would be enough for lethal. The 1 Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. This is usually one of your targets that you can go to using IP and Halifibrax or IP and Vampire Sucker. Anything like that. A really difficult boss monster for your opponent to get over. And we play 2 copies of Drago Necro Nether Soul Dragon. That's the name of the card. That's your super poly target. Really good card. Just uses 2 zombie monsters. If he battles a monster your opponent controls, your opponent's monster isn't destroyed by battle with this card, but if he battles a monster with an original level, so not a Link monster, not an Xyz monster, or anything like that, you drop that opponent's monster's attack to 0. You special summon a Dark Soul token with that monster's attack, and usually you'll use that token to beat over that monster that you previously attacked with Nether Soul Dragon. We have the 1 copy of Martial Metal Marcher. Again, just to proceed with your combo plays with the Link Cross. It's pretty self-explanatory by now. The 1 Herald of the Arclight. 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. 1 Levier the Sea Dragon. A bunch of your cards in here are level 3, so it's really easy to get into, and you can use his effect to recur cards like your Banshee, your Mizuki mainly, just to continue with your extending. And last, we have our 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. Amazing card. It really locks your opponent out of making any plays. So many decks are reliant on using effects in their graveyard, and Abyss Dweller is the perfect card for making sure your opponent doesn't do that. And that's exactly why they made this card in Ultimate and OTS 13, because this card is just amazing. So that's it for the deck profile this week, guys. If by chance you do like the deck profile, then be sure to drop a thumbs up. And like I said, I'm looking forward to making some more videos in the future, and I want to do a giveaway when I reach 100 subscribers. I'm thinking of maybe doing like a deck box and some sleeves and some dice or something for you guys. So make sure you tell your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video. So thank you guys for coming to hang out in the lounge. Take care and peace.